Good morning, this is Nicholas from Gandora Gaming, and today I bring you guys my OP09 Red Purple Uta deck profile 2024, which is really exciting. So if you don't know, Red Purple Uta is basically the original pudding. She has the ability to trash a film card from hand in order to ramp one. Also, she gives minus 2,000 power to a character on field. Really strong effect. Basically allows you to ramp really successfully. It also reduces the power of a character, allowing you to KO them with some really strong card effects. And she is red-purple, meaning she has access to both the new red cards and the new purple cards that make her really good. So let's get straight into this. So first things first, we're playing 2 copies of the new Shanks. This card is absolutely insane for the deck. The 10 drop that literally says, hey, all characters your opponent controls lose 1,000 power. And this guy has Rush, which is really awesome and really insane and really terrifying. Really great card. One of the best new support cards this deck could have got, which feels really nice. We also got 2 copies of the normal Shanks, the film Shanks. This card works really well with the leader. It's a 10-12 that pops any 10,000 power character. If you use Uta's effect on a 12k character, then play out a Shanks, you can kill any character in the game besides Roger, which feels pretty nice. Next, we play 2 copies of Charlotte Linlin. Charlotte Linlin's a really solid card. Basically, it allows you to trash a card from hand, -1 Dawn, to heal yourself. Then, if optional, you can place a character with 6 or less into your opponent's life, bottom or top of their life, which is also really strong. We're also playing 2 copies of Douglas Bullet. He's the film 8 cost of the deck, which feels really nice. This guy, he can -4 Dawn to rest 2 4-cost characters. Then, basically, he has double attack, which is really, really nice. Actually, 6-cost characters. My apologies. Even better than that. So he has 2 6-cost characters, and he has double attack, which can definitely put a lot of damage and really scare your opponent out of the game. Because this deck, unlike most decks, can ramp to 8 Dawn on turn 3. So it literally goes 2, 4, 8, 10. That's the ramp of this deck, which is absolutely terrifying. Next, we're playing 2 copies of Monkey D. Dragon. If you can afford Rayleigh, I would actually prefer Rayleigh in this slot. However, I cannot because that's like a $35 card. And I didn't want to spend $70 on a deck profile. So, if you want, there should be 2 copies of Rayleigh, but instead I have Monkey D. Dragon because he's a cheap alternative. He's an 8-9, and he can give 2 Rested Dawn to a character or a leader. Next, we're playing 2 copies of Ben Beckman. This card's really, really solid. It literally says on play, trash your opponent's character with 6,000 power or less. It also has a 1,000 counter as a 7k beat stick. Your leader can make it so it can trash 8k bodies, which is really, really nice. We're also playing 2 copies of Sanji. Sanji's helping you push for game. You want to drop him when you're going to push, so you can rest one of your opponent's blockers by minusing a Dawn, which feels really good. Next, we're playing 4 copies of Douglas Bullet. Douglas Bullet is our blocker to deck. He basically says, hey, if your leader is film, basically you get to play this card and it's a blocker for you, which is really, really solid. Next, we're playing 4 copies of our Guilt to Zoro. Guilt to Zoro is just a really solid card. This card literally says if your leader is film, -1 Dawn to add 2 4-cost or lower film type cards from your trash to your hand. The idea is that you want to recover the cards you lose by using leader effect, and basically can add up to 2 2Ks from your trash back to hand or 2 blockers from your trash back to hand. And on your 10 Dawn turn, you can play out 2 Guilty Zoros, add back 4 cards from your trash back to hand, which is really insane. Next, we're playing 4 copies of Uta. This is one of the best blockers in the game. She has the ability to -1 Dawn on block to basically rest one of your opponent's 5 costs or less characters, which is really, really strong. We're also playing 4 copies of Anne. Anne is the key card to this deck. Basically, this is a searchable card that literally says on play, ramp 1, and that's the idea. You want to go second, so you want to go draw 2, draw 4. Well, I don't know what I'm saying, draw 2, my apologies. Dawn 2, Dawn 4. On your Dawn 4 turn, play out and ramp 1. Leader effect, ramp again, so you're at 6. And then on the next turn, you'll be at 8, which is really nice. We're also playing 4 copies of Basil Hawkins. Basil Hawkins is basically your cheap man's Mr. Tubon Clay. Really solid card. It's a 4-2 with trigger to play it for free. on play it ramps one. So if you ever hit this off your first life and you do the correct curve, which is him or her plus a discard, you actually ramp up to 9 on your turn 3. So you go, you're going second, so your opponent goes 1, you go 2, they go 3, you go 4, they go 5, you go 9 if you hit this off a trigger, and they go, of course, 7, you're at 10, 10, 10 for like 3 turns, which is kind of crazy. Next, we're playing 4 copies of our Shariah. He's our blocker with the shovel, and he is pretty awesome. He basically equals the leader swing, which is really, really good. So if you're playing a deck against like red, purple, Luffy, or some 6K leader, or black, yellow Luffy, it doesn't really matter because this character will always be its attack, which does feel pretty good. The only issue is that he is a 3 cost, meaning he can be popped pretty easy. Next, we're playing 4 copies of Saga. Saga is a great card. It's just a 2K for deck. We never actually normal summon this card, but it is a 4/5 and has the ability that when attacking one Dawn, it can gain a power, but it kills a film at the end of the turn. We never actually play this guy, but it's still a possibility, so there you go. We're also playing 4 copies of Shiki. This is just a 2K for the deck. You can trigger it if you're trying to go for game. However, we're usually just using it as a counter, which feels pretty nice. And finally, we're playing 4 copies of our lovely, lovely Benefista, who is not only a 2K, but he's also a searcher for the deck, which feels absolutely amazing. So that is it for the deck profile. I hope you all enjoy. Don't do anything stupid. See you on the next one, and bye-bye.